Welcome to Heavy Metal Monday. Hey, it's Coach Mike Appiglione coming here live from Varsity House Gym. Welcome to another edition of Heavy Metal Monday. Today I'm very happy to have a special guest with me, NFL linebacker, Big Mike Riley. Big Mike's been one of our most long-time training athletes here at the gym. He's one of the most dedicated athletes that I've ever seen, his nutrition's locked down, always asking questions, always looking to improve, and I'm glad to have him here on the show today. His nickname is the Sheriff because he's always walking around and yelling at everybody to get better, and he's awesome, so I appreciate him being here with me today. And today we're going to talk about two of my favorite posterior and two of my favorite anterior exercises I like to execute with a lot of my athletes. The two posterior chain exercises that we're going to do today are basically hamstring development exercises, okay, where a lot of athletes are lacking hamstring strength. I know Big Mike here is always looking to improve his hamstring work, okay, and the other two anterior exercises we're going to do is weighted ab work, and I'll explain to you why I use a lot of weighted ab work with a lot of my college and professional athletes. And make sure you stay tuned at the end of the show so I give you my heavy metal song of the week. Let's do it. Okay guys, so the first posterior chain exercise we're going to do today is what I call a ham roll. We're going to use the Swiss ball. Most gyms have a big Swiss ball like this. Okay, this is going to really isolate the hamstrings really good, and you got to make sure you execute these right. So I'm going to coach Mike through how to do one of them, and then he's going to execute 5 of them. Okay, so the first thing I'm looking for when we do these is that your heel, ankle, and calf are slightly on the Swiss ball. Okay, his hands are out wide to counterbalance his weight. First thing he does is he's going to lift his hips up. Then as he brings his heels in, he's going to lift up even higher, come back down, level back out to his starting position, come back in, lift up. Okay, and that's a good rep. Perform 3 more reps for me, Mike. 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Okay, now the ham roll is a little less intense than what a ham slider is. Okay, a ham slider is a little bit harder. Those are what you would actually use, like moving sliders that you can get like at a hardware store. Those are a little bit more difficult. I will show you those on a future show. Start with this first for your athlete, and then maybe move to the ham sliders once they get this done. Now we're going to move on to my second posterior chain exercise. Okay guys, my second posterior chain exercise we're going to do today is the eccentric glute ham raise, or the floor glute ham raise, okay? You need a partner for this, okay? And this is great to do if you're coaching a room full of athletes and you only have, say, 2 glute ham machines and you got 35 athletes. Well, not everybody can cycle through a glute ham machine, and probably if you have 35 athletes, majority of them, most of them are not going to be very good on an actual glute ham machine. So this is a great way to get hamstring development. They partner up, and you can set up a bunch of stations, and I'm going to teach you how to guys do this. Teach you how to spot it up and how to, if you're not going, how to correctly do it with your partner, okay, and also how to do it correctly if you are going, okay. So what you want to start off as, if you're the individual going, you want to make sure that your toes are digging hard in the ground. If you're spotting, you want to make sure you walk up and put your knees against their feet. And then when you're spotting, you're going to grab the ankles and lean your body weight. You got to hold them, okay? If you're going, you're in this upright, okay, 90-degree position. Now, it's called an eccentric glute ham raise because one of the most important things in this movement is how slow you can come down. So he is going to set himself up. He's going to come down as slow as he can. He's going to fight it. So go ahead, fight, 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 fight. You get down, light push, and he'll fight the rest of it up. So now, as you can see, he fought the movement down, the eccentric part, as far as he could until he felt like, okay, I'm going to lose it. And then he absorbed the impact with his hands. I see a lot of people set up just leaving their hands here, and they go straight down to the ground, okay? He put his hands out in front of him, realize, okay, I can't hold myself up anymore at my hamstring, so I'm going to absorb my impact, go into a push-up position. When he's in that push-up position, he's going to give a light push, let go of the ground, and try to get the rest of the movement from the hamstrings back to his starting 90-degree position. Okay, we're going to do another rep here, and I want you to take a look at when he comes off the ground, he's going to try to keep a proud chest, okay, and stay extended. What you don't want is to come up and be like this and have his hips pointing up in the air, because then that will take away from the hamstring. So let's take a look at how he does this. Let's perform another rep. Control, control, light push, proud chest. Good. Okay, perform 3 more reps for me. One more. Okay, thank you. This is a vital exercise to include in your program with your junior, your high school, college, or pro athletes. Now we're going to move on to my 2 anterior, my weighted ab exercises. Okay guys, we're going to begin my 2 anterior exercises here. Okay, these are 2 weighted ab exercises. With my older and stronger athletes, weighted abs for me are the go-to ab exercises I like to do. Obviously with junior athletes and intermediate trainers and intermediate weightlifters and stuff like that, you may not want to do too much weighted work. It may just be more simple body weight sit-ups, body weight leg lifts, body weight plank variations. But if you are a high-level athlete, a high-level strength athlete, you just doing sit-ups off the ground is not going to cut it. If you have a college athlete, football player that's planning on squatting 500 pounds, well, he's got to learn how to brace those abs. And remember, the abdominal region is a muscle group like anything else. So you want to learn how to brace it, how to flex it. And the biggest thing that I see is too many mindless sit-ups that people do. If you look at old school Russian weightlifters and their training, they treat ab work like max effort work. They do 4 sets of 8, 4 sets of 10 with weight. That is how you get it strong. Everyone always says, oh, get a strong core, get a strong core. Remember, your anatomical core is from your shoulder to your hip. It's not just your abs, okay? So you want to be able to brace, okay, under that tension. So I love weighted ab work, and today we're going to perform 2 of my favorite weighted ab exercises. The first one we're going to perform is a plate behind the head, all right? Big Mike's going to take a 25-pound plate. Depending on how strong your athlete is, you can do 10 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever you like. The big thing I want you to remember is that before he begins his sit-up, he's in a normal sit-up position. Knees are up, knees are bent. Plate is behind his head. And what I want you to remember before you start is to take your lower back and push it into the ground. Now, once he pushes it into the ground, that's going to create ab flexion. And from that ab flexion, he's going to begin to sit up, okay? So remember, lower back in the ground, to take your lower back out of it, right? We don't want to utilize our lower back here. We want it all coming from the abs. So he's going to perform 5 perfect reps and separate every rep. These are not meant to be rushed. 10 reps should be hard, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, good. You can tell he's not pulling hard on his head. You don't want to do that either. 3, he's got his eyes looking up. 4, 1 more, Mike. Perfect. Thanks, brother. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to my second anterior exercise. Okay, guys, we're going to talk about my second favorite anterior chain exercise, okay? It's another weighted ab exercise. It's a weighted leg lift, okay? With the weighted leg lift, you're gonna put the dumbbell in between your feet. I'm gonna show you with Big Mike here, okay? So he's gonna go on his back. Make sure you have something to grab, okay? You're gonna have a dumbbell, depending on the weight of the dumbbells, depending on the strength of your athlete. It does not have to be that heavy. You're just trying to get a little extra added weight to increase the intensity of the exercise. So he's squeezing hard, the dumbbell in between his feet. Now, before he begins his leg lift, you want to make sure, once again, same thing, lower back in the ground, okay, and that automatically creates that flexion. And from that flexion, he's going to come on up, come to my hand, Come down with control, and he's keeping flex, 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 flex. Another 4 reps, Mike. Up. Good. 2, and he separates every rep. He pushes the lower back down, comes back up. 3. Flex hard, come back up. 4. Nice and tight. 1 more. Flex hard, back up. 5. Good, okay? The leg lift, okay, not only will help with your abdominal strength, but also will help with your hip flexor strength. You have individuals that have weak hip flexors, okay? This is a great exercise to improve their hip flexor strength, okay? 2 of my favorite posterior, 2 of my favorite anterior chain exercises. These are exercises that you can execute pretty much anywhere, any facility that you have. These are go-to exercises with your athletes or with your clients, and make sure you get them going in your program. And now we're going to move on to my heavy metal song of the week. Okay guys, it's on to my heavy metal song of the week. Before we get started with that, I just want to thank Big Mike Riley coming in and helping me out with my 2 posterior and my 2 anterior chain exercises. Today's heavy metal song of the week is going to be from a new band that's came out with a new album. The band is Metal Allegiance. This band is like a super group. It has been one of my favorite albums that's come out in the last several months. It's getting a great recognition through all the top metal magazines, and they're actually going on tour now. And the band is a super group, and it has a couple players from an old school thrash metal band called Death Angel. The drummer is Mike Portnoy. You may know him from the drummer as Dream Theater. I put them on an earlier show, Dream Theater. He's also the drummer for the Winery Dogs. Plus, he's done some stuff with Avenged Sevenfold, the bass player for Megadeth, and then they come and they get singers from other bands to come on. And what's really been cool about it is they've had on the album, they had singers like Troy Sanders from Mastodon, Chuck Billy from Testament, Randall Blythe from Lamb of God, and the list goes on and on. And in this album, when they create these songs, they basically, from what I feel like, is when I'm listening to these songs, they create their sound according to the lead singer and the band that they play for. So like Chuck Billy's song, Can't Kill the Devil, is a Testament heavy kind of song. He's the lead singer of Testament. Same thing with Randall Blythe. They play that, kind of have like a Lamb of God feel for Randall Blythe. So I thought that was really cool. It's a super group. They can kind of fit to anything. And the song I'm going to choose from off that album is a song called The Dying Soul. And the lead singer is Philip Anselmo. And you may know him as the lead singer of Pantera. It's my favorite song on the album. If you have an opportunity, if you like heavy metal, if you like big guitars, great solos, and a great combination and variation of different kind of singers and breakdowns, go check this album out. It's really fantastic. They're coming out on New Year's Eve and playing at Long Island. Unfortunately, I cannot go, but if you can check them out, it's a fantastic album. Make sure you check them out. That's it for me here today, guys. I hope you enjoyed those exercises for your anterior and posterior chain. I hope you enjoyed that song. Go check it out. If you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button. Leave me a question or a comment, and I'll soon get back to you. Make sure you check us out at varsityhousegym.com, and I'll see you guys next week. Until then, stay heavy.